An honour to be here, close to the tree that's planted in commemoration of the Holocaust, which is just outside. I welcome you here, all of you, on behalf of West Berkshire Council. I especially welcome Rabbi Zvi Solomons, our Newbury and Thatcham town mayors, regional ambassador from the Auschwitz programme, the rector of St Nicholas Church and the local United Nations Association. However, I'm sure we will all agree that to keep the Holocaust Memorial Day alive and relevant, it is very important that we include children in our event. So later, the choir of St Nicholas Church, St Nicholas School, just around the corner from here, will sing to us. I'm looking forward to that. Welcome also to the leader of West Berkshire Council, Councillor Lynn Doherty, other councillors, our Chief Executive Nigel Lynn, staff representatives and of course members of the public. Today, 27th of January, is Holocaust Memorial Day. It is the day for everyone to remember the millions of people killed in the Holocaust, the Nazi persecution and in subsequent genocides in Cambodia, Rwanda, Bosnia and Darfur. 27th of January marks the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau, the largest Nazi death camp. On this day, we can honour the survivors of these regimes of hatred and challenge ourselves to use the lessons of their experience to inform our lives today. Holocaust Memorial Day is a time when we seek to learn the lessons of the past and recognise that genocide just doesn't happen. It's a steady and corrosive process which can begin if discrimination, racism and hatred are not checked and prevented. We're fortunate here in the UK. We are not at risk of genocide. However, discrimination is still rife. It has not ended, nor has the use of the language of hatred and exclusion. There is still much to do to create a safer future, and Holocaust Memorial Day is an opportunity to further this process. Every year, the Memorial Day has a particular theme, and the theme this year of the United Nations Association, who will share with us the focus of Memorial Day for 2023.
As you've just heard, the theme and focus of Holocaust Memorial Day in 2023 is ordinary people. Genocide is facilitated by ordinary people. Ordinary people turn a blind eye, believe propaganda.
Can I now invite Councillor Jeff Brooks, the Mayor of Thatcham, who will read us a poem called We Will Remember Them.
This is We Remember Them by Sylvan Commons and Rabbi Jack Riemer. At the rising of the sun and at its going down, we remember them. At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. At the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. At the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. At the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us and we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joy we crave to share, we remember them. When we have decisions that are difficult to take, we remember them. When we have achievements that are based on theirs, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us as we remember.
Thank you, Councillor. Now I would like to ask Councillor Gary Norman, Mayor of Newbury, to share with us a story of an ordinary person who did extraordinary things to save the lives of children during the Holocaust.
This is an insight into the life of an ordinary woman who did extraordinary things during the Holocaust. Irena Senderova was born in 1910 to a Polish family living in Warsaw. Her father was a physician, many of whose patients were Jews. During the and caring, and we can't go far wrong. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, it is wonderful to have with us a regional ambassador for the Holocaust Memorial Day, Emily Farley, who will share with us her reflections after being part of the Lessons from Auschwitz programme.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Emily Farley and I'm a regional ambassador for the Holocaust Educational Trust. And I took part in the Trust's Lessons from Auschwitz project in 2019. As part of the project, I heard from a Holocaust survivor, took part in a one-day visit to Auschwitz-Birkenau, and upon my return, I shared what I'd learned with my school. Visiting Auschwitz-Birkenau was life-changing for me. Reading about the Holocaust is one thing, but visiting the sites where it took place truly helped me understand why Holocaust education is so important for young people.
Thank you very much. Now, to lead us deeper into our own personal reflections, I invite Will Hunter-Smart, the rector of St Nicolas Church, who will now lead us in the Holocaust Memorial Prayer.
We're going to have two prayers, the first led by myself and then by Rabbi Solomons. This first prayer has been written.
I have great pleasure now to introduce Rabbi V. Solomons to take us through a memorial prayer and lead the lighting of commemorative candles with representatives of 6 communities who were persecuted during the Holocaust. It is obviously particularly poignant to have the Rabbi here with us today. Thank you for your time.
May I ask those who are able to stand, please? We're going to say the traditional prayer for victims of the Holocaust in Hebrew and then a translation in English. Hail Male Rachamim, Dayan Almanot Vaviyatomim, Al na techeshev v'tidapach l'dam Yisrael shenishbach kamayim. Hamsei menucha nechona kavei hashchina b'mahalot kadoshim v'zorim. Invite 6 people to participate in lighting candles. We light 6 candles to remind us of the 6 million Jews who were murdered in the Holocaust by the Nazi regime and its henchmen from 1933, when the Nazis came to power, until 1945 at the end of the Second World War. After each candle is lit, disabled people were seen as diluting the purity of the German bloodline, and mentally disabled people were particularly singled out as a useless, unproductive drain on society. This candle represents gay, lesbian, bisexual people, and those whom today we would call trans. Never again. Roma and Sinti. I'm not Roma, but this candle represents them. They were seen as an inferior race, and those whose nomadic lifestyles were recent or ongoing were rounded up and murdered in what they term the porajmos. Never again. This candle represents the soul. Never again. Freemasons. Anthony is the provincial Grand Master. Never again. Democratic institutions were anathema to the Nazis, who only allowed...
Thank you, Rabbi. That was very moving. Last, but certainly not least, the wonderful Year 6 choir at St Nicholas School will share us the song. To close today's proceedings, it has been humbling to be here in remembrance on the millions of people killed under Nazi persecution and in the subsequent genocides across the world. I would like to thank all those who have attended to share today's event. Especially like to thank all of our speakers, participants and the choir for bringing together the diverse strands of our local communities to commemorate Holocaust Memorial Day. This is a real demonstration of how the lessons of the past can inform our hours by the Holocaust Memorial tree just outside. Thank you very much indeed.